One more time. A couple people woke up after everybody else, so one more time. Last artist coming to the stage. Young lady's dope. She about to come give y'all something different. She has her own little special approach to art. Y'all about to witness it yourself. I want y'all to give it up for Shaneah.
How's everybody doing? All the way because I get nervous. I'm actually really nervous. Everybody say, calm down, Shay.
Calm down, Shay.
Say it one more time. Calm down, Shay. Let's give it up for JC Productions for giving me a music stand for my little portfolio. Yeah. I'm going to just say a couple Bible verses for myself because I'm nervous. So I'm going to say John 15:5. I am the vine and you are the branches. If you remain in me, you will bear much fruit, and apart from me, you can do nothing. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. And my grandma always taught me to say that. I usually say it in my head, but because I'm nervous tonight, I had to say it out loud. That's all right. I would like for us to give it up for all the poets. Trying to see how to situate this. Yeah, I think it's going to go. All right. I'm possibly nervous because of the piece that I'm going to do. These past couple years, I think I'm a little bit, so give it up for the storytellers. I enjoy all of the stories, the poetry. That was awesome. So I'm going to tell you a story tonight. These last 2 years have been a little bit interesting in my life, and so I try and write new pieces, but I feel like God just keeps telling me to deliver this piece, so it's a little bit long, but hopefully you all enjoy it. Just trying to get comfortable up here. You can hear me all right? Yeah. All right. So the name of this piece, I see it in my header, is The Female Trajectory. I'm not really sure why. Maybe that's just what I was feeling at this time. It possibly should be something else. But all right. Sometimes strong single mothers can raise daughters that are confused about love. Our hearts carry residue like hard water stains on shower doors. Fear prevents the soul-cleansing nature of authentic romance from ever leaking through our pores. We guard our hearts so aggressively we've gone beyond protection and sentenced them to prison. We walk around like, who did God think he was, creating men to be head over women? And then there was me, who grew up with a jaded love philosophy, this little girl who had words inside but didn't think they were valuable enough to speak, who viewed the world defined by my family's perception of what it was supposed to be, and that's fine. Because my childhood was nurturing and provided a profound degree of spirituality. But I started to realize that if we don't step outside of what's comforting, our view of love can be limiting. And that was me. This little wholesome sheltered girl who hid behind the bridges of protection that my mother and grandmother made. Who grew up fearful of real love because I put on their glasses filled with prescriptions of their past pain. And I observed these strong women over and over again because at that point in their lives, the men around them just weren't listening. You see, my grandfather left my grandmother and moved to another city. My daddy was getting his life together, and him and my mother just weren't vibing. So in high school, I made the decision to never love men all the way. I saw them as half in and half out and never really confident enough to say, yeah, they could lift heavy things and some of their personalities seemed to be okay, but I viewed them as lukewarm, and God said, spew that type of thing out of your mouth. So I pushed them to the side and put no effort in figuring them out. And as I got older, it was painful to admit that for me, authentic relationships with men didn't really matter. I hid from them, categorized all men as potential disasters, emotional fire hazards, waiting to incinerate a heart that didn't really comprehend love. And you see, I couldn't find a woman in my life that could convince me otherwise. You see, mom and gran were divorced now, but at some point had been somebody's wife. So when I became an adult, I started to re-examine my image of men. I began to understand mom and gran's past decisions. I was no longer a sheltered girl, but a woman who was drastically imperfect. I walked around wearing a church-sewn blanket, quilted with tight threads of piety, watching those around me, pleading for the mother's board to pray for husbands to appear immediately. I got lost somewhere in epiphany and transition. decision. I got caught up and diverted my ears and eyes from God and surrendered to distraction. The marriage clock was ticking loudly and everybody around me enrolled in a race against time and began to chase it. I thought to myself, girl, you better speed up and stop pacing. I began to feel my stride was abnormal. I thought I was going crazy. Everybody was passing me, watches were ticking and tongues were gossiping. My inner circle making plans for matrimonial timing. Prophets were prophesying, marriages were happening, lives progressing. The pressure was building. I felt like I was underdeveloped and my heart was unacceptably unwilling. I felt worthless and empty because I hadn't yet met a man to which I felt it was worth surrendering. So I got busy and I made my own decisions to manufacture my own timing, running from reality that God was still preparing the single me. I subconsciously told God that his plan was too slow, and so I started my own plan. Looked around for viable candidates to be a husband. Then crafted a fantasy in my mind, and before I knew it, we were decorating the church house and coordinators were pressing to get the ceremony started on time. But wait, God, can we just rewind? How did I get here? Vows and pledges and wishes and kisses and commitment and death and potential sickness. It's too late. People are staring at me, and I probably have never looked this pretty, but I'm still wondering, is this really for me? And I got in that thing. Didn't really take the time to know who I was marrying. I thought I was a good woman doing the right thing, a good woman who gave her all, the best she had, but he was always mad. Good woman, self-esteem broken, heart torn wide open, molding over family attempts to make him happy. Good woman, perpetually slapped with inadequacy. Good woman, got thin, I lost weight because everything I ate started to make me ill. I lost my sense of self and all power to will. He told me that my shrinking backside negatively affected our intimacy, implied that it made him less attracted to me. So I was in the gym, squatting, climbing Stairmaster relentlessly. And when he got really angry, he started beating walls, and I got scared that one day he would lay his hands on me. But let me spare you all the gory details and get to the point. See, I was distracted with a Martha mentality. I thought serving would heal everything when I should have been like Mary, laying at Jesus' feet. You see, it wasn't all his fault. I played a part in this misplaced fantasy. We were just evidence of what happens when you move in your own timing. Marriage is beautiful when you let God orchestrate your steps. Even though I'm divorced and single again, God isn't through with me yet. During that process, I thought I was losing my mind, but I'm thankful that I serve a God that restores the gift of time. God told me not to give up and stop trying. He said, live, queen, you're not dying. Good woman, blossom again. Be encouraged by the woman of Shunem. God reminded me of who I am. You see, I am woman. I move confidently with the burden of Eve etched in my skin. I am woman, bountifully resourceful, created in a garden. God breathed uniqueness out of his mouth, and I was formed from bone, which protects all that is vital. Work in my veins and insecurity my rival. Strength functions as the delegator of my resilience, while the fragrance of ancient sisterhood saturates my essence. My womb houses generations of promise, and in my chest I hold the temperament of the sea. Tsunamis of pain washed away with new mornings of deafening tranquility. I am woman, striding regally hand in hand with God as my first companion. On my heart, he writes the definition of romance. His love, a majestic trance. I am woman who speaks, and Madagascar jasmine flowers burge in my tongue. I walk, and the ground softens in admirable submission. The sun smiled and placed a kiss on my skin, which yielded permanent caramel magic with hues so complex I will never just blend in. I am woman, too beautiful to be shielded by any dark place, and when birds see my face, they sing a melody so sweet. Seasons change and leaves fall gracefully around me in a synchronized beat. Mountains are so tall because they yearn to impress me. When I walk by, they stretch their necks high in the sky. I am woman, imperfect yet diligent, sometimes conflicted and obstinate, a lioness, a divorcee with roar as my heart beats. I am woman who grows to become content with the pieces of me. I conquer the bindings of emotional concrete. I wear armor suited just for me, accessorized by beauty. I carry my queendom inside of me, fighting to be authentic, moving in God's timing. That's what matters to me. I am woman. So woman, God loves you even in your disappointments. Stay steadfast and learn your lessons. God is setting you up for your blessing. So never abandon the inclination to be patient. Despite the calamity that you're facing, all is well. And you will live and have a story to tell. So woman, hold your head high. God God has made you royalty. Don't surrender to the pressures of society. When divorce was over my head, God kept me from drowning. People on social media like, yo, did she just get married and now her name is back to Taylor again?
Yeah, that's all right.
I walked out of the house and neighbors like, it's been a minute since we seen your husband. So my choice to do my own thing has reaped a lot of embarrassment, but I thank God for the process and my heart that's on the mend and my image of men. Now God is divinely refining. I admire marriages and those that God is divinely assigning, observing, learning, and healing. There is purpose in my patience. Jesus on the inside keeps my mind from capsizing. The emotional abuse that I was encountering has made me stronger, and now I'm testifying I am woman. I am a good woman. I am a great woman, and most of all, I am God's woman. So I'm still getting through that. That was maybe a little over 2 years ago. I've been 1 year divorced. So it's always a little difficult to share that. So I appreciate you all receiving it. Thank God for you all. So JC Productions got one more. Pieces that I have tonight that are a little bit heavy. This piece is actually told from another perspective. I lost a cousin. Some of y'all may have heard of this on the news, but one of my cousins got shot or whatever. So I don't know what he was feeling or what was happening during that time, but I do know what kind of life he led. So this poem is told from his voice, from my perspective. It's called Rest in Peace, Keyshawn. I held up 2 liquor stores in 2 weeks. I was entering the door of my 3rd. My confidence built with each robbery, yeah. I was getting the money I deserved. I split it with my partner and used a lot of it on weed. I'm young, I'm living my life and doing things the way to get what I need. You see, sometimes you gotta take to receive, and you know I'm getting older now. I'm just 15. I forgot to mention that I stole 2 cars in the last 3 weeks. I took this hot little Beamer for a joyride up and down these streets. I'm fearless and can't nobody mess with me. My mother and grandmother know I love them even though I caused them grief. They be taking me to the church house, hoping the preacher man can get at me. I love God, but I also love these streets. And Kanye West said, I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless, and acting reckless is what I'm best at. So why stop now? I got away last time stacking paper because I stole theirs and made it mine. You see, my mama works doing the best that she can, but it's up to me to do something and show her that I can be a man. So I'm here, stepping across the threshold of this liquor store. Me and my mans, you know, we got this for sure. I give the clerk a couple blows to the mouth. I'm trying to find a cash register so we can get this money and be out. But before I can check on my boy, I hear 2 bold pops in the air. I look over my shoulder for the homie, but he ain't there. I couldn't say anything and didn't even have time to scream. I feel 3 blows to my chest, struggling to breathe. I fall to my knees. My upper body starts twisting to the left. I collapse prostrate in something cold and wet. I believe that it's red. My boy is bleeding from the back of his head. A steel-toe boot kicks the gun from his hand. I feel frozen. Wait a minute, something's wrong with my vision. I'm surrounded by dark blue giants and I can't understand what they're saying. Radios and sirens and screams and tears. A symphony that I didn't pay to attend. The screams, they're actually getting quieter. Just high, annoying pitches in my ears. It seems like I'm in a tunnel now, but I still feel fear. My hands hurt, my chest hurt, but the pain, you know, it really ain't that bad anymore. I wonder what my mama is. I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, it's so hard not to act reckless, because acting reckless is what I'm best at. What is happening? They're tearfully saying I love you to that casket. Those 3 loaded words ineffectively bouncing off of a box of chrome and plastic. 3 living words thrust upon an empty cadaver filled with formaldehyde and shellacked with makeup that will never have to be removed. Yo, I'm not in there. Well, that's my body, but I'm standing over here. I love you. Emotionally stated to a heart that's no longer there. I love you. Emphatically proclaimed to an empty skull that is no longer sheltered to a brain that can comprehend. I love you. Y'all are saying words to me I prayed that I could have consistently heard before. Those are the words that should have filled me. Then maybe I wouldn't have robbed that liquor store. And look at him. Posted up like a soldier next to my casket, eyes red with fury-laced tears. He's plotting revenge against the clerk that put that lead in my chest. But keeping it real, I've been dying for years. And Daddy, the reality is that if you were there for me, we wouldn't even be here. I've been crying for attention. Preacher reaching out trying to spark an intervention, but I really just wanted you to listen, Daddy. I'm intelligent enough to know that you didn't have enough time for me. I had to sacrifice my life so you could show up for me. I didn't know that this would be the result of my stealing, but I wonder, were you ever proud of me? Did you ever think of me? Do you see my sacrifice now, Daddy? All this mess so I could be noticed. But I must say, at least now, it feels really good to have everybody's focus. Thank you. Thank you all so much.